Are you proud of the life you are living right now? Be honest. If nobody judged you, if nobody watched you, would you still choose this life? Most people won't answer that question. Because the answer hurts. You wake up, you check your phone, you scroll through other people's success, you compare, you rush to work, you survive the day, you come home tired, you distract yourself, and then you repeat, day after day, and you call this normal. But let me tell you something uncomfortable. Normal does not mean healthy. Normal does not mean free. Normal does not mean fulfilled. It just means common. And common is dangerous. Because when everyone is stuck, being stuck feels safe. This is the Matrix. Not robots, not science fiction, not conspiracy theories. The Matrix is mental. It is invisible. It is the system of beliefs you never questioned. The rules you accepted without thinking. The path you followed because that's what people do. Go to school. Get good grades. Find a safe job. Avoid risk. Don't stand out. Don't fail. Don't think too differently. Stay small. Stay predictable. Stay controlled. And slowly, you forget who you are. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat alone? Without music, without notifications, without noise, and asked yourself, what do I really want? Not what your parents want, not what society respects, not what looks good online. What you want. Most people never ask that question because silence is scary. In silence, you meet yourself, and maybe you discover that you are not tired. You are uninspired. You are not lazy. You are disconnected. You are not incapable. You are distracted. The system does not need you to fail. It only needs you to stay busy. Busy enough to not think. Busy enough to not question. Busy enough to not rebel. And you cooperate voluntarily. You give your time, your energy, your attention for comfort, for approval, for temporary security. But deep inside, there is tension. A quiet voice. It whispers, this is not it. But you ignore it. Because change is uncomfortable. And comfort feels safe. Let me be very clear. Comfort is the most addictive drug in modern society. You don't need chains when people choose the cage. You don't need guards when people fear freedom. Freedom means responsibility. Freedom means risk. Freedom means you can't blame anyone else. And that's heavy. So most people stay asleep. They complain. They criticize. They envy. But they don't move. Because moving means uncertainty. And uncertainty scares the ego. But here's the truth. You only feel stuck because you are not growing. Growth feels unstable. Growth feels messy. Growth feels uncomfortable. But stagnation feels empty. And emptiness is worse. Right now, you have two lives. The one you are living, and the one you could live. The distance between them? Courage. Not talent, not luck, not connections. Courage. The courage to say, this is not enough for me. The courage to be misunderstood. The courage to start small and look stupid. The courage to disappoint people. The courage to fail publicly. Most people will never take that step. They wait for motivation. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for confidence. But confidence comes after action, not before. You don't wake up confident. You wake up committed. And commitment is a decision, not a feeling. You don't need to change your entire life today. You just need to wake up. Awareness is step one. Notice your patterns. Notice your excuses. Notice how often you say, I don't have time. You have time. You just give it to things that don't build you. Scroll time, complaint time, overthinking time, but not growth time. Ask yourself, if I keep living like this for 5 years, where will I be? Same job, same habits, same fears. Does that image excite you or scare you? Because the future is not random. It is built by your daily routine. Small actions, repeated, every day. The matrix is not broken in one big dramatic moment. It breaks in small private decisions. Waking up 30 minutes earlier, turning off notifications, reading instead of scrolling, training when you don't feel like it, learning when others are distracted. No one will clap. No one will notice. But you will feel it. And slowly, you start thinking differently. You stop reacting. You start choosing. You stop blaming. You start building. You stop waiting. You start moving. And something shifts. You realize that the system is powerful, but your mind is more powerful. You don't need to escape society. You need to escape mental laziness. You don't need to quit everything tomorrow. You need to stop lying to yourself today. Because the biggest prison is self-deception. Saying I'm fine when you're not. Saying it's okay when it's not. Saying one day instead of day one. Wake up now, not next year, not when you feel ready. Now, because the longer you stay asleep, the harder it becomes to remember who you were meant to be. This is your life, not a rehearsal, not a draft, not a test run. This is it. And one day, you will either be proud that you fought for more, or regret that you settled for less. So ask yourself one last question. If you continue exactly like this, are you moving toward your dream or away from it? Be honest. And if something inside you feels uncomfortable right now, good. That means you're waking up.